Hi, my name is Dr. Kirstie Kwarteng. I am based in London, England, and I have recently completed my PhD at SOAS University of London in the Department of Development Studies. My dissertation examines the transnational lives and experiences of children of Ghanaian immigrants, also known as second-generation Ghanaians. My sites of study were London, New York City, and Accra. My work speaks to SDG 17, which focuses on strong global partnerships for sustainable development. My research focuses on how second-generation Ghanaians create transnational connections and partnerships to support Ghana's economic, social, and cultural development. This is important in the Ghanaian context, as the Ghanaian government has increased its focus on strengthening its relationship with the Ghanaian diaspora through various policies and initiatives. This includes passing the Diaspora Engagement Policy and the Year of Return and Beyond the Return tourism initiatives. As a child of Ghanaian immigrants born and raised in the United States, I grew up very aware of the inequities that existed between countries in the global North and global South. This was because my relatives would often send remittances to Ghana to help balance out the inequities. Seeing how the underdevelopment of the global South impacted my family encouraged me to work towards sustainable development to help create a more equitable world. My work now focuses on how diaspora communities support the development of their countries of heritage and their local communities, with a special emphasis on the contribution of children of immigrants in development. The main challenge I have encountered in my work is the idea that children of immigrants do not have connections to their countries of heritage, or that they are not interested in supporting their development. This is because second-generation diasporan forms of engagement are often different from first-generation forms of engagement, and the differences in engagement are viewed as lesser. But I knew, based on my personal experience, that these different forms of engagement didn't mean they were lesser. To overcome this challenge, I have relied on the power of research. Research provides the evidence needed to show the full reality of the second-generation diaspora experience and the unique ways they are contributing to the development of their countries of heritage. Conducting my research required me to build relationships and partnerships with second-generation communities and organizations around the world. During the London phase of my research, I worked closely with organizations such as the Future of Ghana and Project 1957. These organizations were created by second-generation Ghanaians for second-generation Ghanaians. They were aware of the unique challenges second-generation Ghanaians faced in their engagement with Ghana and created programming and initiatives to help mitigate these issues. In New York City, there weren't as many second-generation Ghanaian organizations as there were in London, so I had to get creative with my partnerships. I turned to community-based organizations such as religious institutions to find second-generation Ghanaian individuals and communities I could create partnerships with. In Accra, I relied on my personal and professional connections to establish partnerships with second-generation Ghanaians who had relocated to Accra from the US and UK. One key partnership I developed was with the Afropole, a brokerage that connects African and Afro-diasporan businesses within the food, beauty, and creative industries. This brokerage was created by a US born and raised child of Ghanaian immigrants who moved to Ghana due to their desire to play a more active role in the nation's development. With my online Ghanaian history platform, the Nana Project, I had the privilege of being an exhibitor for the Wax Print Festival that the Afropole hosted as part of Ghana's Year of Return in 2019. Based on my experience building partnerships and relationships with people in diaspora networks in global cities around the world, I would like to offer 3 recommendations. My first recommendation is to be creative. Business as usual isn't cutting it anymore. Effective, long-lasting change calls for creative thinking, and achieving the sustainable development goals will require us to think outside the box. The second recommendation. As Semhar Araya, founder of the Diaspora African Women's Network, often says, create the spaces you wish existed. If you see a gap in your sector or there is something that doesn't exist that you think should exist, create it. It's in doing this type of work that creativity is born and effective solutions to problems are found. I started my PhD journey because I didn't see my experience as a second-generation diasporan, especially a second-generation diasporan from an African background, reflected enough in literature. And I'm now using my work to share more information on the realities of the second-generation experience. My third and final recommendation comes from diaspora mogul Issa Rae, who encouraged young people to build partnerships across. A lot of times we focus on building partnerships up with people who are a few steps ahead of us on our career paths, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's also important for us to build partnerships across. And to do that, we need to pay attention to the people around us and the people that are working next to us so we can build effective partnerships with them. I'm really looking forward to the Global Young Diaspora Summit because young people need to have their voices heard, and we also need to have more spaces for us to discuss the unique ways in which we are connected with our countries of heritage and to share best practices. I look forward to seeing all of you at the Young Diaspora Summit. Thank you.